Hi, folks. This is John Girardi with Right to Life of Central California, bringing you another in our series of daily videos that we're producing for 40 Days for Life. 40 Days for Life is the international campaign of prayer and presence outside of abortion clinics across the country and throughout the world. If you want to learn more about our clinic here in Fresno and participate, you can go to rtlcc.org to learn more. You may be wondering, hey, John, what's this big honking sign you've got here? Well, these are some yard signs we're producing and giving out to our supporters. If you want one, get in touch with us. Give us a call at 229-2229. And it's got a very simple message. Vote pro-life and no on Prop 14. What is this Prop 14? Well, I think we've probably discussed it in prior videos, but it's good for a refresher. Prop 14 is a $5.5 billion bond measure to fund the California Institute for Regenerative Medicine, which is the big statewide research entity for embryo-destructive stem cell research. So let's go through all the parts of that statement one at a time. First, a $5.5 billion bond. I think a lot of voters don't exactly know what a bond is, so allow me to define it for you very simply. A bond is a loan. It is a loan made to some kind of governmental entity, a school district, a city, a county, or a state. So what happens in a bond measure, a statewide bond measure, is that the state gets all the money up front. In this case, California would get $5.5 billion. But who pays that loan back? Who pays that bond back? The taxpayers do. We, the taxpayers, pay back that $5.5 billion, but not just the $5.5 billion. That's just the principal. We also have to pay, like in any loan, interest. So this $5.5 billion bond measure to fund embryonic stem cell research, it's not going to cost us $5.5 billion. It's going to cost us $7.8 billion. As they say, a billion here, a billion there. Eventually, you're talking real money. Now, this is to fund the California Institute for Regenerative Medicine. Now, the California Institute for Regenerative Medicine, otherwise known as CIRM, or C-I-R-M, was founded in 2004 when the voters of the state of California passed Proposition 71. And in the early 2000s, embryonic stem cell research seemed like the grand future of medical research. Basically, people thought that stem cells derived from embryos, these are basically the first cells that compose every human person and which will subdivide into every single part of the human body, brain tissue, spinal cord tissue, etc. Because of the limitless potential, the pluripotent potential of those embryonic stem cells, researchers really coveted them and thought that they were the secret to curing all kinds of things, from Alzheimer's to paralysis to all kinds of medical breakthroughs were thought to be possible. Well, the problem, though, is that to get those embryonic stem cells, you have to destroy embryos. You either have to create them via human cloning and destroy them, or use leftover embryos from the in vitro fertilization process and destroy them. George W. Bush, when he was president in 2001, cut off all federal funding for embryo-destructive stem cell research. And our governor in California at the time, Arnold Schwarzenegger, in 2004, thought this was unsatisfactory. So, with his support, with the support of lots of liberal pro-choice people in California, we passed Proposition 71 to give $3 billion to found the California Institute for Regenerative Medicine to pursue embryo-destructive stem cell research. 16 years and a lot of destroyed embryos later, what do we have to show for it? Well, according to the San Francisco Chronicle, not much. According to the San Francisco Chronicle and its investigation into the California Institute for Regenerative Medicine in 2018, CIRM has produced 0 FDA-approved treatments or cures. Most of the money has been frittered away to big universities to fund expensive, shiny laboratories and train a whole bunch of graduate students. The chief beneficiary of the whole thing was Stanford University, which got tens of millions of dollars in grants from this stem cell boondoggle. Now the California Institute for Regenerative Medicine has burned through its $3 billion and wants us to give them $5.5 billion more. $5.5 billion more, which is still going to continue to fund embryonic stem cell research, which to this day is now a laughingstock. It's very clear over the last 16 years that the real key breakthroughs in stem cell technology are coming from adult stem cells. Stem cells taken from umbilical cords or from other parts of the human body that don't require you to kill a living human organism. That's where all the breakthroughs are. That's where all the cures and treatments are coming from. That's where all the clinical trials are happening. But because of ideology, Proposition 14, which is basically just to give the California Institute of Regenerative Medicine more money, does nothing to reprioritize where our dollars should go. They still put a high priority on the use of embryonic stem cells. California voters can and should reject Proposition 14. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of human life. And we should all vote no. So, again, remember the simple premise: vote pro-life, no on Prop 14. Encourage you all to vote that way on Prop 14. And if you want this yard sign for your yard, come on by Right to Life Central California or give us a call at 229-2229. Right to Life is a nonprofit, so we can't take positions on political parties or candidates, but we can take positions on ballot initiatives. This is the one ballot initiative we're taking a position on, and it is a big, fat no. For Right to Life of Central California, I'm John Girardi.